Hey, welcome. So, if you're feeling even a little bit lost in this huge sea of AI terms, trust me, you are not alone. Today, we're going to tackle one of the biggest buzzwords out there, AI agents. Over the last couple of years, AI has just become this great provider of confusing new terms, right? We've got agentic AI, we've got autonomous agents, co-pilots, digital workers. It's a whole lot. It really feels like every single week there's a new label to learn.
So the big question is, are these all just different words for the exact same thing? Or is there a real, fundamental shift happening underneath all the marketing hype? Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down right now.
Okay, to really cut through all that noise, we need to focus on the one concept that truly separates an AI agent from, the chatbots and assistants we're all used to. It's really just a single word that represents a massive, massive leap in capability.
And that word is autonomy. This is the absolute core of it all. We're talking about the ability for a system to act on its own to achieve a goal. So it's not just sitting there waiting to respond to you, it's actively working for you independently.
And this comparison just lays it all out perfectly. See, on one side, you have your traditional bots and assistants. They're reactive. You give them a command, they follow a script, pretty simple. But on the other side, you've got AI agents, which are proactive. You give them a goal, like plan my trip to New York, and they create their own plan, they figure out what tools to use, and they map out all the steps to get there by themselves.
Okay, so how do they actually do that? How does an agent plan and act all on its own? Let's pop the hood for a second and take a look at the core components that really make these systems tick.
The best way to think about it is like a person. Right at the center, you have the large language model, the LLM. That's the brain, and it's doing all the reasoning and the planning. Then it has senses, these perception modules to understand its environment, whether that's a website or a spreadsheet. It also has muscles to take action, using tools like APIs or web browsers. And, this is critical, it has a memory and a feedback loop so it can actually learn and get better over time.
This cognitive cycle, which is often called the REACT framework, is what makes an agent so dynamic. It's this continuous loop. So first, the agent thinks about what it needs to do next. Then, it acts by using a tool. And finally, it observes the outcome of that action. Now that last step, observing the result and feeding it back into the next thought, that's the magic right there. It's the difference between just following a script and actually learning as you go.
So what happens when you put all these pieces together? Well, you don't just get a smarter tool. You get something entirely new, something that starts to look and feel a whole lot like a digital coworker.
NVIDIA's CEO, Jensen Huang, really put it perfectly. The goal here is shifting from tools that just respond to systems that proactively take on work. And look, this isn't about replacing people. It's about augmenting them with these tireless, super efficient digital teammates.
And this isn't some far-off futuristic theory. It is happening right now. According to a recent PwC survey, of the companies already putting AI agents to work, a full 2/3, that's 66%, are reporting real, measurable increases in productivity. That means tasks are getting done faster, projects are moving forward, and that value is showing up on the bottom line today.
And if you dig a little deeper into that data, the benefits get even clearer. Beyond just productivity, a majority of these companies are seeing actual cost savings, and, on top of that, faster, more informed decision-making. This is the kind of impact that gets boardrooms to sit up and pay attention.
So what does this actually look like in our day-to-day jobs? Well, it means automating all that tedious admin work that just drains our time and energy. It means getting real-time coaching right when you're learning a new piece of software. It means new hires can get up to speed way faster, and leaders get the data they need to make smarter choices. This is really where the rubber meets the road.
But, of course, the journey isn't over, not by a long shot. As exciting as all this is, the technology is still in its pretty early days, and there are some significant hurdles we have to get over before these agents are a truly seamless part of every office.
So we have to be realistic here. Agents can still make mistakes, they introduce new kinds of security risks, they can be really expensive to run, and sometimes they still struggle to remember context over complex, multi-day tasks. These are the big engineering challenges that everyone is trying to solve right now.
But you know what? Maybe the biggest challenge isn't technical at all. As this quote from PwC points out, it's about us. It's about building trust, managing huge organizational change, and fundamentally rethinking how we work alongside these new digital colleagues. And the pace of this change is just accelerating.
Deloitte predicts that by next year, a quarter of companies using Gen AI will already be piloting agents. And by 2027, that number could hit 50%. Then, if we look even further out, we'll start seeing systems of multiple agents all working together, and even agents that can interact with the physical world.
Which really brings us to our final thought. The idea that your most capable and productive coworker might not be human, well, that's moving from science fiction to business reality incredibly fast. The technology is here, and it is getting better literally every day. So the real question isn't whether this is coming, but simply, are you ready for it?